last year from U.S. Preventative Services Task Force says now all women at average risk of breast cancer should start getting mammograms at age 40. And that's why since I turned 40 this last year, I got a routine mammogram just a few weeks ago. Very grateful to say mine was okay. There are women who may be at higher risk and who get a breast cancer diagnosis before they even turn 40. While getting diagnosed with breast cancer under 50 years old is still rare, I talked to a Kansas City mom diagnosed in her 30s.
These are the drugs.
Now these are a part of Alex Owen's daily life after her breast cancer diagnosis. Owen said with two aunts who faced breast cancer, she was never planning to wait until her 40s for a mammogram.
I had planned on 35 as the age that I was going to go and have my first mammogram, like had that discussion with my OB. That was the plan. And then everything came crashing down. And I had like my arm like this. I was brushing my teeth and was just like feeling around because I know that I need to be doing that. I need to be checking on myself, things like that. And I felt something and I immediately had just like this visceral reaction and I started to cry.
Then 33 years old, she said she called her doctor and went to get checked.
The doctor comes in and says, "I'm so sorry, you've got cancer." And I was like, I start crying because all I can think about is I was like, it can't be me. You're wrong. And I'm going, no, I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. How? Like how? I'm 33.
And with her medical team, she decided
we're taking them both off. We're doing a double mastectomy. Can I have a kiss?
Her diagnosis is still a shock as a mom of 2 in her early 30s, even with her family history.
They were also in their 50s when they were both diagnosed, like early 50s. And both of them had like different risk factors that I didn't necessarily have. Smoking their whole lives, right? I never smoked.
She is not alone. I reached out to the University of Kansas Cancer Center. They told me in 2023, 110 of their female patients with breast cancer were 40 years old or younger.
And to put that in perspective, that represented 7.1% of the entire group of patients diagnosed with breast cancer, so still a minority.
And looking back the last 5 years, they have consistently seen dozens of breast cancer patients each year, 40 years old and younger. The Breast Cancer Research Foundation told me the median age for a breast cancer diagnosis right now is 62, but the data shows rising cancer rates among women younger than 50. While still relatively rare, they called it an alarming trend. The American Cancer Society's 2024 report shows while breast cancer mortality rates fell 44% since 1989, women under 50 faced a steeper increase in diagnoses from 2012 to 2021.
The actual cause for why we're seeing an increase in younger women being diagnosed with breast cancer isn't known.
In a message, a spokesperson for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation agreed that while we don't know exactly why, current theories include a rise in obesity and later age of pregnancy.
3 people that I know personally in my close life under the age of 35 diagnosed in the last year.
After chemotherapy, when only close friends and family knew, Alex decided to start sharing her journey on social media.
I remember being diagnosed and being like, all I know are older people. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to being diagnosed in your 50s or your 60s. I have little kids. Like I have little kids. I had a baby. I couldn't pick up my kids for 6 weeks after my surgery, and I had a 1-year-old.
Dr. Ripley says women should start by talking to their doctor and getting a risk assessment by the age of 25.
So if someone is, by that calculated model, noted to have a 20% or greater lifetime risk, screening mammograms should start at the age of 30. And those patients may also qualify for annual breast MRI starting between the ages of 25 and 30.
Alex plans to continue sharing her journey that she says is never over.
I would love to be that person that somebody can relate to and to say, okay, she did it. I can do it.
And data shows racial disparities, too. The Breast Cancer Research Foundation also told me Black women once diagnosed are 38% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women. Dr. Ripley also said, you know your body better than anyone else. If something seems different, seems off, trust your intuition, talk to your doctor, be your own advocate, and again, have that conversation about your risk with your doctor by age 25, she says.